Hi. Thank you for, just being in this space with me, communing with me, collaborating with me. Allow every word I speak to bring us to a place of harmony. So today, what's today? Today's April 16th, and there's a full moon, whether if you follow tropical astrology or sidereal astrology, there was a full moon today, and I feel like it was intense all across the board. I stayed up last night, but I stayed up till like 2 o'clock, and I slept in this morning. But I took like a 2-3 hour nap this afternoon. I've been feeling very lethargic. Like, I just don't want to do anything. I just wanted to stay in bed and watch like Adventure Time and Rick and Morty all day. Like, I didn't physically want to do anything, but my mind and my spirit wanted to feel and witness and see, like, and taste and touch like all the multidimensional aspects of me. And I feel like when I'm physically tired and like literally just don't even want to move, that's more so because there's a lot of things going on internally. Like, my spirit may be doing a lot of work, especially if I'm sleeping a lot. When you dream, your spirit, your soul has free reign to move around and do as it pleases. As well as just things going on genetically, because we're in sidereal Aries season, and I think it's still tropical Aries season as well, and Aries represents the blood. So for me, a lot of ancestral things came up. I've been noticing patterns between me and my parents that I witnessed, like, did not just start with my parents. They have been going on for lifetimes, as far as we can see, you know what I mean? And so I just feel like I was getting a whole lot of genetic upgrades, DNA upgrades, a whole lot of downloads, a whole lot of things moving through my spirit and my internal nature. And I really wanted to make a video, and I didn't know what, but I have, if you could see, like this whole thing of notebooks. It's like maybe 10 or 12 notebooks. I took some out. But these are notebooks I have collected and like journals that I've written throughout my journey. I woke up in 2019. I started to ask questions December 2018, and I wrote down even my intentions for a LSD trip that I had, and it was on January 1st, 2019. So this was the day, like, I took that trip and my eyes like shot open and my life changed. I started going vegan like 2 weeks later. Yeah, like ever since then, there was no going back. So I started these notebooks, I want to say around then, or maybe like a year later in 2020. One day I'll get into my whole story of how I woke up and what I did to get to where I'm at now, right? But besides that, started these notebooks in like 2020, and I have like 10 or 12 so far. So something in me told me to go through my old notebooks, and I found a page that I wanted to share. So I wrote, I feel as though this is October 26, 2021. So I said, I feel as though to tap into ancestry or your ancestors, you must do some type of shadow work, dealing with the dark parts of yourself. And dark simply means hidden. This is like the unconscious mind, right? The things that you don't see until somebody brings them to light. The parts of yourself that have not received light yet. This is your shadow. Shadow work, or the dark parts of us, operate in patterns, and the patterns go back lifetimes or bloodlines. We continue to play out the karmic patterns of our ancestors until someone in the bloodline becomes self-aware, realizes the pattern, the loop, and decides to break it or decides to work on it. One of my favorite phrases I heard recently was that healing, let me make sure I'm saying this right. As trauma is passed down, healing is passed up. So we're not just passing healing towards our children. We're passing healing back to our parents and our grandparents and our great-great-grandparents and the people that we've never met but that have contributed to our bloodline, our karmic disposition, and the reasons why we are here right now on this earth, experiencing earth in the unique way that we all experience. I said, I guess the point of it all is to break the reincarnation cycle, prevent our bloodline from cycling back into this dense human reality. And to call this reality dense isn't to like knock it, because this is beautiful. And I heard recently as well that Earth is a seed planet. And so that basically means that Earth and everything and everyone, every aspect of Earth represents something, some entity, some type of being, some type of relationship, some type of energy in the universe. Everything on Earth is a representation of this galaxy that we are in, right? And so, like I said, today, full moon was very heavy on me, but I feel like this just tied into, like I said, Aries season, Aries dealing with the blood, and the healing that I've been doing for myself and for my bloodline as well. I had my uncle ask me earlier today, he was like, why don't you go to church? And I was like, I carry myself as a church, you know. It never says in the Bible to go to church. It says to be like Christ. And so what I do with my life is to be like Christ. And I heal myself. I heal others. I try and share. I try and show love and keep this unconditional love frequency within me. It is extremely hard. It's not easy, right? But this love frequency and then doing inner child work, working on my wounds, working on my chakras, my energy centers within my body, and you know, like befriending and reparenting my inner child. All of this helps to heal my bloodline. All of this helps to heal me and what I've done in all my past lives and my karmic disposition that is not contingent on my bloodline, but just on my soul's journey, right? And so another passage I read in my notebook touched on, I said, I'm being patient with myself and my surroundings, but aspiring to connect deeper with myself and my spirituality, attempting to speed up the timelines by remaining in tune with my mind, body, breath. And what came to me, like the download that I got in that moment, was that there's no way to really speed up the timelines, right? Because fast and slow is all perception. And this is something I was like shocked out when I found this out. I was shocked when I found this out. Excuse me. I'm so like out of it. But like if you're in a car and you're on a long trip, if you play a faster song, it feels like if you've played fast songs back to back of fast playlist songs with, you know, a high tempo, high BPM, it will feel like the ride was short. And likewise, if you play slow songs and say you're driving for like an hour, 2 hours, you play extremely slow songs, jazz, you play just down tempo R&B, this is going to make the drive feel like it lasted forever. So fast and slow, same with cold and hot, are simply or merely aspects of our perception, right? So the download that came to me was that being in tune with my mind, body, and breath, like I said, reparenting my inner child, contacting and bringing the unconscious aspects of myself to light. All of these things don't necessarily speed up the timeline. However, they make me more in tune with all the timelines and all the different dimensions that are within and around me. So it's easier for me to manifest. It's easier for me to create my reality because I'm, you know, taking my time meditating. I'm taking my time doing yoga. I'm making sure I'm treating my body right. I'm exercising. I'm giving my body the foods that I need. And I'm able to see and have more access to all these different timelines and dimensions around me. So it's easier for me to say, you know what? I've been in this timeline. I've been in this reality. I feel like I've learned my lesson, you know? and I'm ready to jump to a new one. So it takes no time at all, especially if you're persistent and consistent with your meditation, your yoga, your exercise, what you're feeding your body. The things that we do, like when we think it's harmless to say, oh, I'm just gonna have this snack, I'm just gonna eat this thing that's really sugary and I've cut it out of my diet for 6 years, but I'm gonna do it anyway, right? When we do these things and we feel like it's harmless, like, oh, just eat it, it doesn't matter, they actually put us further back where we're not able to tap into and to see and realize and touch all these different timelines around us. It takes us a lot longer to expel whatever out of our body. It takes us a lot longer to get back to a state of harmony. And this is, like just depending on the person, like who you are and how serious you are about your growth and your spirituality, because somebody can do that in one day and say, you know what, I'm gonna go exercise, I'm gonna go do this meditation, I'm gonna go do this, and it'll be out of their body tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we get complacent, we get comfortable, and we might do it, then we repeat the same action again the next day, whether that's eating foods we know don't align with us, or drinking, going to party, going to the club, doing all these things that we've cut out of our spiritual practice and our spiritual growth. These are the things that kind of hinder us from moving forward with our growth, from tapping into higher timelines, higher dimensions, and what hinder us from basically accessing the fullness of our spirituality and our spiritual power, as well as going back to the topic at hand, clearing our karma up and clearing, what's going on within our bloodline, clearing up our genetic disposition and the karma that, came with it. So something me and my partner were talking about, that it's like energies at war, right? Because my parents are still alive. So while I'm here and I'm doing this work diligently to help my spiritual growth and to help me move forward, I love my parents. We all good and straight and all that, whatever disclaimer. But there's still some things that they are doing or that they may be doing that like hinder their own spiritual growth or hinder the growth of our bloodline. So while I'm trying to clear up these this karma, this, like, let's say sludge and all this, like, I'm trying to find a good word, but like while I'm trying to clear up all of the karma, all of the iniquities in my bloodline, there are some things that my parents could be doing, or my uncles, or even my brothers, right? Because they're all still alive. We all share the same blood. That is making it harder for my bloodline to move forward, or for my karmic disposition to be cleared in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like two energies at war. They're fighting each other. I'm trying to move forward, but they're still doing things that's moving backwards. So if I fuck up, right? If I decide, well, I'm just going to go smoke this, or I'm just going to go be around these people I know is not good for me, I'm just going to go drink this. It's like I can see it in my mind. Like I'm just we're working towards growth, but then I decide, you know what, fuck this. I just want to go chill out real quick. I just want to drink. I just want to do these things I know that are not spiritually good for me. It's like I'm completely reversing the things that I did, all the positive, the healing, the inner child, all the unconscious shadow aspects, all the positive things I did to help clear my bloodline's trauma. It's like I'm restarting that cycle over again. So now the meter's going back up and I have to work twice as hard in order for me to clear up this energy, in order for me to clear up the things that are going on. Because like I said, there's people still in my bloodline that's alive that are not really focused on, trying to help the bloodline and clear up the karma. And what they're doing is actually more detrimental, right? And so just tying all of this together, I really just wanted to talk about that and just talk about how serious it is to, when we decide to start our spiritual growth. When I first started, and I was just thinking about this today, I was still drinking. I was still like going out to clubs and stuff, but I was woke. I didn't have the real awareness that I have now. I didn't have like true consciousness, you know what I'm saying? Because if I did, I wouldn't be doing those things. However, I knew enough that, day, January 1st, 2019, when my eyes were opened, like everything changed for me. And I feel like I gravitated to what I was used to because I didn't have anybody around me that was trying to help me on my growth and help me move forward and kind of put to death those aspects of me. And just bringing up the topic of death as well, that came to me too, where why I feel so tired and why I feel so just like lethargic and don't want to do anything. I pulled the death card this morning, my Osho Zen tarot deck. So this is transformation, but if you see like the number, oh shit, the number, if you look at like a traditional tarot deck, it would be the death card. So I pulled that card this morning, and I feel like that, lethargic energy that I was feeling was kind of like a part of me dying, and I've been doing so much work within the past, like, I want to say 5, almost 6 months now, that it makes complete sense, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't been going back on my word or going back on my growth. I know it's hard, especially when you first start, to keep up with your spiritual hygiene, to keep up with these conscious aspects of you. You feel like there's a lot of things that you can't do. There's a lot of things that you have to let go of, but you have to look at the bigger picture. You're not just doing it for you and your soul's journey. You're doing it for you and your whole bloodline. And this is something my partner says a lot as well. You may be the only person left in your bloodline that, is chosen and that is doing this work. So you have to be serious and you have to be adamant about this path if this is your calling, right? Just want to look back at my notes before I tie everything together. But yeah, it's real serious work, but it's rewarding. It's so rewarding. The things, although people might look at you like you crazy, like, they don't know what's going on with you, or you lost, you confused because you're not going the same route that everyone else is taking. It is so rewarding and it's peaceful. It's extremely blissful, and I feel like it's worth it. It's hard at first. Like I said, when I first woke up, I was still clubbing. I was still like just trying to have fun and just doing all the things that I was used to. However, once I started to shed those aspects of me and let them die, I realized how much more fun and how much more beautiful this world really is. It was like my view was limited, and the more that I started to awaken and shed different parts of myself, the more I woke up. And like I said, in that same breath, the more that I woke up, the more that I expanded my view. This is akin to me being able to see and tap into higher timelines and seeing just how many options and opportunities are available for me and what I can do with them, right? It seems so limited at first, but that limit is your mind. The same way I said there's no such thing as fast or slow or hot or cold. Your mind puts the limit. Your mind creates this reality, this perceived reality of something being fast or something being slow. Everything is limitless, right? Everything in this reality is limitless. You have infinite options, infinite timelines, infinite dimensions to choose from. So why not choose a higher vibration? Why not choose a higher timeline? Why not do your due diligence and do the work on yourself? Why not do the work for your ancestry, your bloodline, in order for you to view and see these higher timelines, to tap into them, to share them with others? It's such a beautiful feeling when like you're just in a blissful state and you're surrounded by love constantly because of your Taurus field, your energetic field coming from your heart is just putting you in a space and an energy of love constantly, and you're able to go around others and laugh all day, every day, and share this love with them all day, every day. You have to choose what you want to experience. But the more that you work on yourself and the more that you clear up your karma, your traumas, bring all the unconscious aspects of you to light, the more you clear up your bloodline, the more options are available to you. And there's infinite dimensions. There's infinite timelines to choose from. The more you expand your perception, the more you're able to choose these higher timelines and always stay in a state of bliss and love and joy. And that's not on no light worker, happy-go-lucky shit. I'm just, everything's great all the fucking time. Like, it's not always gonna be like that, but there's always a sense of peace and a knowing of what you're going through when it's hard, what you're going through when it's tough, when you're scared. There's peace knowing that you have built up this spiritual wealth within you. You have tapped into a place within you that can always bring you back to a state of peace and wholeness. And you start to learn from your lessons, and you don't let your lessons teach you. You know what I'm saying? You start to learn from them. You can look at everything from a perspective like, okay, this is helping me grow. This is painful. This is scary, but this is helping me grow. This is helping me tap into another higher timeline or another higher dimension that wasn't available to me before I went through this pain, right? So that's all I wanted to share. I'm happy. I feel like that went really well, and I really wanted to make a video. But yeah. Check the links in the descriptions, like and share, and all of that.